Solidarity is people banding together in support, combining knowledge and resources.
I think solidarity also recognizes the inherent worthiness of every individual.
When I think of solidarity, I think of all those different pieces of a person coming together to work for the better good.
Each one of us is like a twig, and on our own we can be broken very easily.
And I think that only in recognizing exactly how vulnerable we all are as human beings do we really see the imperativeness of coming together.
Engaging and connecting and siding with others in their aim for freedom and aim towards a happy life.
Corro montañas, desiertos, ciudades enteras, no tengo ninguna prisa. Paro donde quiera, la música que llevo será mi compañera.
To be grouped together, to find that strength with one another, and to make that bundle of humanity work to its best potential.
Solidarity is also pooling our passions and it's pooling our resources. It's not imposing our way of thinking or our way of knowing on anyone else.
It really is just saying, yeah, this person is not just an empty vessel making noise. This person actually is saying something that should be heard. And I stand in solidarity as this person speaks.
I think it can be difficult to transcend the cultural narrative of taking care of humans. Solidarity asks us to transcend that narrative and look for something deeper, something that isn't really convenient, and something that no one is demanding of us.
The power of that oneness is really what we're striving for in solidarity.
I had the opportunity to travel to Guatemala in 2011, and I met with the women of Colecem, and I also met with women across rural Guatemala who have formed these women's groups. What impressed me so much was the solidarity that the women in the office had with one another across ethnic groups, across like Mayan indigenous languages, and across definitely political ideologies, to really focus on the human rights abuses that are happening against women in Guatemala. They're still living the repercussions of a 30-year genocide and civil war. And so the environment in which these women live is one of constant terror. Any sort of political action they take is putting their lives on the line. So what they did is they created these food security projects. One is a chicken rearing project and the other is a family garden initiative. And both of the projects will allow these women to gain the skills they need to cultivate their own food. So our role as Alianza Colecem is to financially facilitate the projects. We see that these women have clearly already created incredibly feasible, very sustainable projects. And our role, it has been to dialogue with them about their needs, and they've expressed those needs, and now our action is to be able to fund these projects, understanding that the funding will not come from any nonprofit in Guatemala, and it won't come from any governmental organization in Guatemala. Our solidarity with these women is a message to these women that what they're doing is really important work, and it's really significant work, and I think it's also a message to the families of these women that their wives or their mothers are incredibly powerful and strong. And I think it's a message to these communities that although their plight has been ignored, it's incredibly important. And finally, I think it's also a message to the Guatemalan government that someone else is understanding what's going on in these communities, and that it's not a secret, and that it's not just, and that because of all those reasons, we're going to act in solidarity with these women.